So I'm out on the farm today, and this is my beautiful Thunder. She's helping me, and Lucy's out here somewhere too. Yep, there's Lucy. She's looking across the grass to see if there's anything to catch. And what I'm doing today is I am going to harvest basil, and I also found out that when I went into the hoop house where I raised the basil, that the canary reedgrass had totally taken over. It's a mess, and I've been cleaning it out all day, and I got this bed. This is my peppers, hot peppers and anchos and a few bell, but mostly I love my hot peppers for making salsa, so they're doing really well. But look what I found over here. In fact, right here by this big jalapeno plant, lots of plant peppers there. There is a very nice hornet's nest right here in the corner. And I'll get Norm to come out with me tonight, and we'll move it somewhere else where they can have a better life. I mean, a better life for me at least. And I have a nice pepper. Nice. Here's some bells. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. I have a lot of anchos, and I have some different, let's see here, these are jalapenos that are, none of them are quite ripe, and they love that heat in here, so I'm really happy to get this all cleaned out. But back to what I'm working on now. This is Thai basil. I love Thai basil. And oh, here's a pot with some nice anchos that are doing really well. More Thai basil right here. More Thai basil. And then this is the pots I had in there of my regular basil. It's Genovese and big leaf and a couple other Genovese type basil that I love, and I dry it. So I am going to harvest it, and then I'm going to go back into the house and show you how I dry it. I found something online that was absolutely fabulous. The top floor of our house is very warm in the summer, and it's great for drying, and I just needed something simple that I could hang up and dry plants as I find them through the season. The other thing I ran into, though, was this wonderful bunch of dahlias that need to be repotted. They were in another part of the garden, and I'm going to take some of these pots that I found in there that the plants didn't quite make it and repot them later. But for now, we're going to be harvesting basil, and I just have a pair of scissors, and if you notice, this is all also going to flower, and you don't usually want your basil to go that far, but I just clip it off. Every time I do this too, the plant comes back stronger and thicker and more, so I'll get maybe 4 or 5 harvests a season of basil, and then I dry it and I make it. Some of it I leave kind of big leafed, and some of it I put in my blender and make it almost powdery. I use it later on when I'm making pesto. I love pesto, and I don't really freeze much of it. I might freeze a little for the pesto later on, but mostly it dries so well. And I just have a nice bunch of basil here. So I'm going to do part 2 in the house and show you how I dry it, because I think it's kind of a nice way to do it. And I'll see you then. And here's the nice pictures of some of my dahlias. Oh, I want to tell you, the seed for this, dahlias. My first year raising them, I couldn't afford the bulbs. I bought seed from several companies online, and these are all from Johnny's Seeds, and they did so well. There was another company that has kind of an odd name that was on Amazon. I don't really know where the seeds are from, and they grew all right, but I am going to go and get my seeds from Johnny's Seeds every year, because they basically describe what the plants are going to look like, and that's what I got. And the other seeds that said they were going to be dinner plate size and all this, they turned out to be very small like this. So my thinking is Johnny's Seeds is a little bit better at telling the truth about what they're selling. So anyway, just to share that with you, and I'll see you in a bit.